Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Pass the Sticks. I'm your host, JB. Joining me as always, Tsunamic Wave. What's going on, bro? Muted.
My bad.
How you go? What's going on, bro?
Yo, I'm feeling good, man. How everybody doing today?
Good, man. Good, man. Yo, appreciate all the love and support as always, guys. Yo, if you're new to this show, we split this show into 4 parts. We start out with what game we're currently playing. Then from there, we're going to This Week in Gaming, talk about games that briefly dropped throughout this week in history. Then we'll touch upon some industry news topics. Then we end with the spin wheel. One gotta go, game versus. If you've been here, you know the drill. If not, a lot of fun, man. Appreciate the love and support as always. Big shout out to Gamer Live Luck, who stopped through the show last week, man.
Right, it was fun.
Lots of fun, yo. Real quick, before we even get into it, Christian Castro said, yo, good evening, everyone. What's going on?
Yo.
Mo said, yo, what's good? What's good, bro?
Yo.
What's good, man? Yo, so obviously, Wade, we had some breaking news that we'll get into. The Nintendo, how they said they're going to we'll get into it later in the show. We'll kind of add that in. I know it dropped, like, the news dropped, like, literally a few hours before the show. I got some thoughts on it. I'm sure Wave got some thoughts on it as well. That we'll get to that. Like, we'll kind of make that the unofficial third topic. But in the meantime, what games you currently playing, bro?
I ain't gonna lie, COD just with their new update, they dropped some like new skins that you could get. And you got to get like a certain amount of XP. Actually, it's like 4 skins. 3 of them is locked right now, and they released the first one, which is like a gold skin that kind of like moves or move around the gun.
Yeah.
And it's like 150 XP, 150,000 XP. I'm sorry. So I've been kind of grinding, trying to get that. I did pop back in, play a couple games of the show, a couple series. On Colorado, the Rockies.
I want to talk about that too, because I've been playing the show too, a lot.
Like they even with the action stuff, it's pretty cool still. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a lot of fun. Like that's one of the sports games to me out of the 3 major ones that I play, because I do dibble and dabble in the other ones, but it's mostly baseball, football, basketball.
Right.
But baseball is the one like I could just find enjoyable at all times. I find myself when it comes to football playing during like playoffs, towards the end will get really exciting. Basketball kind of the beginning, and then I kind of fall off the wagon on that. But baseball, I'll kind of play all throughout the year, man. I really enjoy it. It's kind of peaceful for me.
Okay.
But those are really the only 2 games I've been playing. Nothing really else.
How do you like the show? Well, not how do you like the show? Like, do you feel like the replayability of Road to the Show has gotten better in years? Do you feel it's the same? Do you just enjoy it because I know you like baseball? Like, what's your thoughts on that part?
I think both. Like in the beginning when it came out, we complained about the I can't even think of the word, but the dynamic situations where they make you press the 5 or 6 buttons, however many it is.
Right.
How that was annoying at first, but I think it bring a good aspect to the game. Kind of keep you on your toes almost, because like in previous years it kind of used to get boring.
Yeah.
And you take a little break but come back to it. So I think they do a good job adding stuff, and it's not like always big. It's slight things that they add that make the game a lot better. That I think 2K and Matic can kind of take hints from, because they just kind of like, and I know this ain't a shit fest when it comes to those 2 other games, but they kind of try to do stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the gameplay.
Right.
And the show is still like focusing on the gameplay and just making it a real dynamic game. So I guess that's really what it is.
Yeah, so the one game I've been playing is MLB The Show. That's why I wanted to talk about that, because I can't, besides the throwing mechanics, which we covered the last few weeks and stuff like that, fielding, I feel like maybe it's just timing, but I feel like I'm having more fun playing it this year than I have the last few years. I like 21 a lot when it first came to Xbox and all the other consoles, but I feel like this one I'm having a lot more fun playing, even though I still don't like the quick time. I'd rather go back to the old way of doing it, because I like now, because of now I'm actually got traded to the Yankees. and because of Juan Soto, I'm on first base because go figure. The hell's his name? Wow, I'm a damn Yankee fans want to kill me. I can't think of his name right now.
But I'm not helping you.
Rizzo got hurt. Go figure, right? So like Rizzo got hurt. So like I'm playing first base. So like now it's a little bit more fun because the mechanics of having to use the thumbstick to get it to the circle to
That one is kind of easy though. You got
it's easy, but at the same time you kind of get the best of it because you still got to field the ball, still got to turn two. You know what I mean, still throw home at times, catch pop flies. I like you kind of get to do everything. I kind of want to run it back and play catcher. Talking to Mo and a few other people in our community, they were saying like playing catcher in that game is fun as hell. And of course, pitching is cool too. Don't get me wrong. I kind of want to do that, but I'm having a lot of fun with MLB The Show, the Road to the Show. I have also been playing some of the classic, like the Jeter thing.
Yeah,
which is dope. I can't say they went full 2K11 with Jordan, you know what I mean? Like, because they had that mode, but it's close. It's actually a lot of, like, especially, like, I know you know your baseball history. I know Mo does. I can't speak for everybody, of course, but I know y'all two do. I think y'all would enjoy it, especially as Yankee fans. You know what I mean? I think y'all would enjoy it. The other game I've been playing a little bit of Hellblade, because obviously Hellblade 2, we like 3 weeks away now. Yeah. So y'all know, if you're new to the show, I've been waiting on this game since we started this, to be honest. So like, been playing lots of Hellblade, just getting ready, like in terms of the lore and the story. Although they're saying that you can just jump into Hellblade too, like I'm sure they're gonna have some type of to catch you up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And shout out to Game Pass too, because it just feels good when there's a game that you've been waiting on, but you don't have to actually. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you got to dip in the wallet.
Right. Shout out to Game Pass for that. Another thing that I've been playing which is kind of only because we talked about it last week, and that's NBA Streets Volume 2. Like, one of the things we talked about it last week, and I was like, I can't put it back yet. Like,
I meant to emulate that game.
Man. It's just special. It's just special. Let's see what the chat is saying, then we'll get on to this week in gaming. Jess said, hey, what's going on?
Yo.
Christian said, you should drop a breaking news sound. That's a good idea, man.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. We're going to have to make something happen by the end when it's time to talk about the breaking news that actually dropped. I like that idea, though. I'm going to make sure I credit you, too. Gamer Live Look said, yo, no hats. Good, my obviously you meant what's good, my guys. Like
no hats. We don't be wearing hats.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Yo.
Mo said, got back on Smash Ultimate. Okay. In my second season on Road to the Show 24.
Second season already? Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Second season, damn.
You've been putting in work. Maybe because I just played too many other different games, man.
Where are you at? Because I'm trying to think. Like, I think I might be in June, because I got traded to the Yankees from Baltimore, which is crazy to see that inter division trade. But I got traded in like mid-May, so
I'm close. I got like 30 games left, I believe.
Okay, yeah,
playoffs, right. So
got you.
We definitely not making the playoffs. They pulled me up with 100 games into the season.
Yeah,
and we was trash. We was straight trash.
Did you see a glitch yet in that? I was telling Mo, there was a glitch where I hit a walk-off double, right? And the guy came home and scored, but the animation played like I struck out, and the game ended.
That's crazy. Nah, I be really good on glitches. You know what I'm saying? Like I think only one game ever been like glitchy for me. Like, you know, outside of the small times you like fall through the ground in some game.
Right.
That was like just Cyberpunk. Outside of that, I've been like really smooth.
We all have problems with Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Oh, there he fixed it. Yo, what's good, my guys?
Well, it was good having you on the show, man.
Word, man. Appreciate you. We shouted you out already, but yo, appreciate you being on the show, man. You welcome back. Anytime. Byron Hurd was good. He said, "What up, gamers?
Yo,
Was
yo.
good. Was good, bro. Hope all is well." Gamer Live said, "Currently start at Power World." Okay, and that is it's addictive and fun.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun on that game, man.
Yeah, man.
Really pay attention to breeding because you can get a lot of exotic pals before like you get towards the end. So make sure you get that breeding farm up.
Mo said you're having more fun playing with the show 24 because it's better than the last two games. 21 was the last great game. Okay, so same sentiment there. Like basically, I'm not tripping is what he's saying. Cause like 22, I think that was the one with Otani. I think I could be wrong. I think I might have them backwards. 23 was with Otani.
Nah, you don't. Nah, you don't. You
okay?
Oh, you're talking about the legendary version,
something like that. Yeah. Version. I just remember being like, it just felt off. You know what I mean? Like it might have been a pacing thing, but all right, cool. Gamer Lilac said my keyboard had a whole stroke when I typed that. That's it. Like, said my fault. It's my third season. Won Rookie of the Year first season and MVP the second season. Yeah, it's almost contract time then. It's almost contract time.
Boy, flying through them games.
He said that's because you struck out when the game ended. It wasn't a glitch. Nah, chill. I'm gonna be honest though, real talk. Like on a serious note, my road to the show has crashed a few times. Like you know how you gotta go back to the dashboard, like close out the game because you know they got the game resume thing, quick resume rather. I had to close that out a few times. I guess I'm just like the opposite of you. I'm like unlucky when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, that's actually sucks.
Yeah, most said Otani was 22 and Jazz. Okay, yeah, it was 23. All right, cool.
I'm a standard edition guy. I don't know nothing about legendary or deluxe versions.
All right, yo, let's get to this week in gaming where we briefly look back on games that dropped throughout this week in history. And Wave, kicking this off, man. We got Wolfenstein 3D was dropped May 5th, 1992. Wave, obviously for the PC. And I know it was ported eventually to the Xbox, but of course we're talking about the OG. Wave, what's your thoughts on this, man? Because when I see this game, just real quick, I think Doom, but obviously not exactly the same, of course, right? But what I'm about to say is crazy though. But like, this looked better than some PlayStation games, man. Like
yeah, you probably valid, bro.
Yo, I'm being real, Wave. Like when we did the and Sega Saturn too. I'm not just picking on PlayStation, but remember we did the Tomb Raider joint on PlayStation? On Saturn. This look better than that.
I probably can't disagree with that. I ain't
right, but yeah, man, cool game. I played the Xbox version. Like again, if y'all know me, y'all know I'm not a really much of a PC guy. But yeah, what I played on the Xbox version was cool. I have no real bad things to say about it. It's just like I can't talk about the experience of playing this when like this original version, the PC version. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I this just looked like a Doom copy to me. Like, you know,
okay.
I wasn't like really big into the Wolfenstein stuff. So I don't really got too much bad things to say about it besides that, or good, honestly. It don't look bad though. I will say that. Like you said, it do look better than some of the games that was made after it.
Right.
Even probably that Spider-Man joint on PlayStation 2. On PlayStation, not PlayStation 2.
Right.
Being honest, I wanted to clarify it because I kind of said that fast.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you into Doom and stuff, you would like this kind of game. I really wasn't. I kind of sucked at aiming at these. I really didn't like shooters until they put the little crosshair in there to help you out. Because I really wasn't that great.
So, first off, Gaming but Live looks at this bootleg ass.
Yeah, it's Doom.
It is. Doom. It definitely is. But Mo and Jess bring up a good point. Mo said, I skipped the whole series, missed me with imagining a world where Nazis won, right? Yeah, Jess said all the swastikas are jump scares. Like it's wild how like we talk all the time about MK2, right? In the ESRB and Night Trap, we call out for both of those games. And how this didn't trigger, you know what I mean? Some of those things. And like that's kind of wild. Like again, And like I've watched like a little YouTube joint on this whole game in the background and the thought behind it and being provocative for the time. But,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. It is what it is. That's basically the best way to sum up this game. Gamer Lilac said, "This Hitler is my hero." As
Right. I would call it that before I call it provocative.
right.
It's not really that.
And most said because the U.S. is cool with Nazis. Like, ain't far off, man. All right, yo, let's jump to the next game, Wave. Yo, the next game we talking about, man, is Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest, Wave. Now, Wave, this is a joint, man. Slugfest is a game that I can honestly say, like, real talk, is not really great. But because I'm such a big fan of baseball and a huge fan of Griffey, I ain't saying a bad thing about this shit at all. Like I'm not. Like I acknowledge there was much better baseball games before and after. And during, to be honest, because triple play at this time was still elite. But it's Griffey, man. That's my dog. Like, right. The game is fun. I still have this game. It's just I'm so, especially for this time, triple play. That's like if I got a chance to play this or triple play, I'm playing triple play. If I didn't have access to triple play baseball, then I could see me liking this or All-Star Baseball as well for 64. It's just the way triple play was on the PlayStation, man, it's elite though. But shout out to my dog Ken Griffey Jr. though. That's probably the most biased thoughts I ever had on the game. But like, that was my guy, man. What's your thoughts on this game, bro?
I ain't even mad at you. It is what it is. But I think we just got to be fair, man. We talk about the graphics all the time, and sport, especially baseball. I ain't gonna say especially baseball, but yeah, especially baseball. Sports in general, like you don't gotta make. Well, I guess the arenas and stuff is kind of levels, but it's the same levels. Most of it is copy and paste. So like your real, like the thing that should really draw you to it is like how it looks, and then we gotta base it on the year and all the other games we saw in '99. And this ain't really a looker like that. And I know like baseball games in '99 and all of that was kind of like that. That's just kind of how they look. But if we being fair, they could have did better.
Right.
So why was a dope game? It's baseball. Like it's not. And maybe one of these days when we get a little bit bigger, we might be invited to see what it takes to make a sports game, you know, because we are me mostly is type critical on, you know, the way it looks, especially at that time. So I would love for to maybe learn what it took and why it didn't look as good as it probably could have looked, because it is some games out there that came out in '99. You're like, oh, this is dope. The way it looked, it still holds up. You know, in this, I ain't gonna say it don't, because it's baseball, and I think that's really, I don't know if that's really fair. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
No, I feel you, man. Like I feel you completely. Like I mean, it is what it is, right? Like to be real, shout out to Mason Cam. Let's see. Gamer Lilac said this was my shit. He also said, nah, this game was dope, and I used to cheat with him with the home run cheat. I do remember the home run cheat. That's a good part. That's
Cheat
a good
Planet.
Cheat Planet cheats. Yeah, man. Word. Just said, why are all the players shaped like that?
It was weird.
Yeah. Hey,
we
man,
thought it was fire back in the day.
Realistic as hell, bro. Crowd looking like just straight dots. Me and my boys have gotten into fist fights due to drafting in this game.
Jeez. I know it get ugly for the video games, though.
Mo said these polygons. It's wild that we thought this looked realistic and cutting edge. What a time to be alive. Word. he said, because mind your business. That's why.
Hey, we gotta be fair, bro. We can't just let our feelings from the games that we loved back in the day make us not, you know, criticize certain things we criticize other games for. I think we gotta be fair, man.
Just said they got the BBL Drake guy. Said they got the look like the Dame 2 Cosita alien thing. Like, all right, let's jump to the next game, bro. Yo, the next game we talk about, Wave, is Samurai Warriors, man. And this is a game that actually, you know what? Before I go, because it's probably mine is more negative. What's your thoughts on this game?
Oh, all right, damn, it's like that. This is a first. This is probably like the second time you had a negative look on the game, or third. You don't really do that.
Yeah.
So I like Samurai Warriors, man. I didn't play the first one. I got into it like the fourth, about Samurai Warriors 4 or something like that. I kind of like these kind of games when I'm really bored. Like these type of games, like it's not the first joints where I'm looking for. Like
right.
But I think it's cool. It get boring kind of fast though, because you're doing the same over and over and over. It's just different boards. Like you don't get too many new moves.
Right.
So it could get dull really, really fast. Oh, actually, I just peeked at the chat. It wasn't Samurai Warriors. It was Dynasty Warriors. Thank you, Game Alive. Look, it's kind of similar. So it's like I said, it's not the first thing, but if I'm really bored, I'll pick up and play this. And they got like a One Piece version that's something similar to this too.
That is true.
I prefer that, honestly.
I will give the credit in terms of just being like ahead of the game, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
The thing, like, is only because I talk about this a lot. Like, if I wouldn't just like bring this up if it was nothing, but I hate the art direction of this game, bro. Like, I get what it was going for, and I do like some of the physics, like, right? Like, you swing some of, like when you swing, sometimes you can see the dust fly up. But I just think this game, like, I just think it looked bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, I've always been like a visual person when it comes to video games. Like, there's certain games that like look like shit, and I'm like, whatever, it's still fun, right? I talk a lot about hell, even Crash Bandicoot 1, like, don't really look good. That's why I love 2 so much. But this one I just couldn't get into. Like, I remember this game, you know what I mean? Like in real time. Like, I remember this game. I remember seeing it at I think at the time it was still called Electronic Boutique, but GameStop. And I remember just being like, nah, man, like the controls is cool. It's just one of those games that I'm like, it's just, especially with 2004. And I know sometimes we talk about PlayStation games, Xbox games that don't hold up, but I respect it. It's just nah, if that makes sense. Like I couldn't rock with this. I actually had this game, and wait, to be honest, I'm be real. I had the game, didn't even know it. I must have got it in like one of those, like, bulk pickups of video games and stuff. Didn't even know. I just happened to see it. Because like eventually what I'm gonna try to do is go in alphabetical order with them. And I just happened to see it. And I was just like, oh, I do have, like, it's right here. But nah, like, because I wouldn't have bought it. Like, I wouldn't have bought it. Let's see what the chat is saying. Mo said, let's see. Mo said, it was cool. Definitely a predecessor to game 99 Nights. Now, that game is great for 360.
No,
that game's incredible. Highly recommend that game, which is amazing, by the way. Need to run that game back. Yeah, like that one I could get with, like, maybe trying to think, because probably, I mean, you should be able to find it, because I wonder if it actually plays on the Xbox now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they might have it. They got a big selection of retro games. I wonder you just got to search for it. It don't, like, you got to really, like, you can honestly just go in the store and search for it. It might there.
It might be there. You're right. The visual was bad, yet you won't criticize Slugfest. Jay, don't stop.
Selective hating.
Shout out to Griffey, man. Like,
I wanted to ask which one you think looked better, but that came out in 99. This came out in 04, so I didn't think that was
fair. Real talk. What do I always talk about when it comes to Nintendo, which obviously graphically don't look well usually? It's the color, right? It's the vibrance and stuff like that. That's what I don't like about this game. It's like one of the first missions on this game, because I was watching gameplay footage, just making sure I wasn't like tripping, like one of the first games, they swing. I think it's like a staff or something, right? Mm-hmm. And the dust flies up, and I'm like, yo, that's so dope. Like, especially with 2004. But then the rest of the game kind of looked like that. You see what I'm saying? Like that's why
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like I don't know if there was something, but I don't know, man.
The
Let's get
colors is dull too. So,
yeah,
oh wow, it's at the
yeah.
same
That's
time.
kind of wild. Yeah, that's kind of wild. Great minds think alike, right? All right, yo.
That's a
Let's get to
fact.
the last game we talking about for this week, man, and that is Donkey Kong Konga, which dropped May 6, 2004. Now, Wave, I'm curious on your thoughts on this one, man. If you remember, these were the joints that came with the bongo jumps. Um, Obviously, it's not a platform game or nothing like that, right? I think we all remember it to some degree, even if you didn't play it. But what's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts on the concept and what I call the weirdest time in Nintendo history, the GameCube days?
Bruh, first I never played this.
Okay,
I didn't own the GameCube is probably the only system out of like the major systems that I
right,
didn't go pursuing to buy. So I didn't even actually know this game existed. But with research, obviously I saw and I think it's a kind of a cool concept. I'm not really with it. These timing games, is not my cup of tea outside of like the what's the joint that we play all the time with the guitar and all that? Guitar
Rock
Hero. It's
Band,
Rock Band,
Guitar
not
Hero,
Guitar
yeah,
Hero. Rock Band is the joint. Rock Band is the one I actually like out of all of them. But outside of that, I really don't play them because I don't got the coordination.
right,
And I'm not gonna do that to myself and buy a game that I'm not even gonna do well in because I ain't gonna enjoy it. And I'm pretty vocal about that too on the show, so people know that
right.
I ain't playing no game I'm not good at. It doesn't make sense to me unless it's like Elden Ring because that was fun. Uh, there ain't too many games that's fun getting beat up. But yeah, I don't think this is a bad idea. I think people they vibe with games like this, like Parappa the Rapper and all that other stuff like that.
Yeah, yo, that was gonna be exactly what I said. Like, this was one of those games that it's like party style game, right? Like one of
Yeah.
party games. Like it's one of those games that like you may not buy yourself, but you go to a cousin's house and you play or a friend's house, whatever they got it. You like the way I feel about this game. The best thing I could compare it to for me is that game DJ Hero. Remember when that came out? Like
No.
it was like Guitar Hero, right? But it was like
Yeah.
DJing, right? I saw it. I thought it was corny from day one. But I remember going to my cousin's house in Mitch, and he had it. So I was like, it's one of those things like while I'm there, like, let me check this out. You know what I mean? Playing and stuff like that. It was cool. Nothing that I would buy. And same thing with this. I went to a friend's house. He had this, like playing. Like I remember, like actually he didn't have it. His younger brother had it. And it's one of those things that you playing the game. It's like this is cool. Nothing I would buy per se, which is actually funny because now I'm actually looking for it. And now, like most stuff, like we talked about it with Rock Band being expensive now, these damn bongos is expensive. Like I could buy them like for like maybe $25, but
Mhm.
it's always like, oh, as is, not guaranteed to work. And a lot of times when you look into it, they don't work. They're just for show. So, because I guess something with the wire, like the GameCube wire that go in, like it breaks easily. So I'm actually on the lookout. I'm sure Mo in Japan could hook me up. Like
Shameless plug.
right. Like, but yeah, I got nothing really bad to say about it. It's just like a run of the mill party game, and it was
I ain't,
new.
I ain't gonna front. I'm just watching this while you talking, right? That
Right,
beat sound, it look trash. Whatever beat he playing, it look trash. I ain't gonna front.
right. Like
I don't even understand the pattern look, how that sound fire at all. The like when you played it, did it make sense? Because like at least the music gotta sound good, right?
right, absolutely. Like I don't know, man. It's just one of those things that like looking back on it, I'm like, it's a cool party game. Nothing more than that. Let's see what the chat is saying though.
I would
Let's,
ask you to play the sound, but I don't trust Nintendo.
yeah,
They get it out of there. I'm not playing with them.
Christian said, I love Donkey Kong, but this one didn't do well or age well. I feel that. I'm not mad at that either. Like same thing with DJ Hero. Like the DJ Hero controller with the little turntable. Like that you can find that cheap because they mass produced it thinking it was gonna be a hit, trying to cash in on Rock Band and stuff. You know what I mean? It just
Mhm.
it didn't hit like that. Game Lila said this game was Sri Bonko acting. Yo, that's hilarious. Just
It
said
looked trash. I ain't gonna front
never played this one. That's fair. That's such a
because of the
bad
music.
game. They try to capitalize on Rock Band Guitar Reform. Absolutely, absolutely. So this was made for children.
That's that's crazy.
I'll have to play it and get back to you. I never played this. Most of DJ Hero was fire. I still listen to those tracks. I heard it through the Grapevine. X Feel Good Inc. was goaded. Feel Good Inc. was goaded. Obviously heard
Yeah,
it through the Grapevine. Yeah.
I mean, but how? What songs can they make with the bongo?
Nah, yeah. This was just
That
like, yeah, like
you just
Caribbean.
you just boop
Caribbean.
boop
You know what I
boop
mean?
boop boop
Yeah.
boop boop boop. Like, come on, B.
Christian said it didn't help that Donkey Kong music wasn't great to begin with.
Yeah, like it just looked trash.
Right. Game of Logic said he was playing. If you could not, you could not tell that was a song that you are not a music fan. All right, man. All right, yo, let's get to topics, Wave. Let's see. The next thing, first thing we talking about, Wave. This one, I'm a little annoyed. I ain't gonna lie, Wave. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake. So obviously we know 1 and 2, the remake was a huge success, right?
Yeah.
1 and 2 are legendary games. They remade it for the modern consoles. It looked great, played great, especially on the current gen PS5, Series X, Series S. And so obviously everyone was like, yo, where's 3 and 4? Activision goes to Microsoft, shit gets canceled, gets shelved to focus on more Call of Duty titles. Like, yeah. Bruh, you know I was sick, bro. When I saw this, I was like, yo, I'm so sick of Call of Duty. My biggest problem with this, real talk, is I think one of the things Activision needs to do, and I could kind of say it with Xbox 2 is, yes, I know that these are remakes, right? And we've kind of on the show, I'm a little conflicted here because we've said no more remakes, get new games and stuff. But at least this is different than what Activision was putting out. You know what I mean? Like, this was something that they could have a success with. But more importantly, this is something what the fans have been asking for. And I know some fans was like, oh, cool, yeah, shelve this so they could remake Underground and Underground 2, stuff like that. I'm like, that's not happening. Like, if they shelve this, they gonna shelve that too. And I think if they just said, "Oh, yo, we're not making 3 and 4 remake," okay, fine, right?
Yeah.
But it's the fact that they decided to focus more on Call of Duty titles. Like, it just sounds like a cash grab, bro. Like, it really do just sound like a cash grab. like, yeah, these games are gonna sell. All right, but what if we do Call of Duty World War One remake? like was dropped in 2017. Like, what if we remake that? They'll go for that one. Like, what if we storm Normandy one more time?
Mo would love that one.
Right. I think that's what annoys me the most about it. Real talk. Like, it's like, come on, man. Come on, man. What's your thoughts on this?
I feel like there's no need for a 3 and 4 remake. Nobody actually cares about that one. I'm gonna be honest. Like, 1 and 2 was the best ones in this these little set right here. So they did that already. Cool, boom. You don't need to do 3 or 4, but we also don't need more Call of Duties right now.
Right.
Like, figure out how to make that game more fun. And honestly, like, Warzone is fun right now. So like, what are they? They don't really need to do nothing but build on Warzone. Like,
that's
I
more than
think
fair.
that's kind of like where they game is translating to, like a battle royale game, and that's where most of the success is at. They just drop the games to make you grind the guns and then buy the games to get the grind the guns. Like, but most people only do that to have the games for Warzone, and they know that. They knew that for the last couple of years. I'm not surprised. I wish they would do something else. I was even thinking in my head, like, why not do like Call of Duty, but focus on a story and give us like a vast story, and make it like the Tom Clancy series where they do like they story mode thing. They don't really I think they do that kind of well. It's real tactical though.
Yeah.
But they could do that. I think Call of Duty do stories really well. It's just not long enough. So they They pause, no pause. But if they focus on like making that, I think they'll do well. That'll be something different. It'll still be a Call of Duty, and I think people would give it a try. And they could add the guns and the multiplayer too, just to make themselves feel good about the microtransactions, but focus on a story if they want to do something different. Because I feel like they need to do a different genre instead of keep doing the multiplayer, running around the map in a circle type shit.
Yeah, like my biggest problem, like if they said like, yo, we're not doing the 3 and 4 remake or underground or whatever, and we're gonna focus on something new game, new genre, new franchise, whatever. I'm all for it. No problem. I get it. No problem. You can always return back to this. I think it's the fact that they said more Call of Duty titles. That's why I was like, come on, man. Like, come on, yo. Like, the yearly game is a cash grab enough. Like, it's the number one selling game every single year. Like, come on, man. Yeah. I think that was the part that got me. It's not even the fact that they're not going to do this game. I did want to play it. I know people like were clamoring for it, but at the same time, it's like, I think it's the reason why, like, they could have left that part out. Real talk. Like, they could have left that part out. Let's see. Gamer Live looks sad. Finally, they know when a remake is not needed. Great job. Okay.
Yeah, that's a fact. We don't need Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4.
We didn't need 1 and 2 either, but it hit.
Now, 1 and 2 was good though.
3 was fire. 4.
3 was
fire, but like
4 was not needed. It's still not.
I'm cool with that. Just said, I'm so sorry to the 12. All right. Game Alive looks at I'd rather call for Call of Duty titles than anything Battlefield. Just fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
like,
that's a fact.
They
fair. Need to hang it up for a little bit too. Do something else.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that at all. I think Battlefield 6 could be good, but it's also like not yet. Take your time. Don't don't even announce a date. You know what I mean? Don't be like, we need this out by next year. Take it time. Because the Battlefield, like Call of Duty is going to be purchased forever. Real talk. You know what I mean? Battlefield got one shot. They got one shot. So Mac Williams was good. He said, I was nice at one of Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. I don't know which one it was though. It could have been 3 and 4, but we'll never know now.
Or Underground.
Underground was fire. Real talk. He said, why is my damn keyboard just having a heart attack there? Jesus. Mo said, I don't mind. Make new games. See, go ahead. No, go ahead.
It's not Call of Duty games. Goddamn.
That's my point.
Take a break.
Even if they said new Call of Duty games, like they just said more. Like I just don't trust them when it comes to this particular thing, you know? I just don't. That's my biggest problem with this. I play Call of Duty just like I'm sure we all do, or at least did at one point. I think I'm at the point where it's like, get that one game right before you start talking about more titles, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Got to trust them to do what they do, though. We know what they do. It's been years.
Christian said, I know it's a crazy concept, but a whole new skateboarding game will still do well, or just make a Tony Hawk game based on World War II.
Tony Hawk's game based on World War II would be crazy. Doing a kickflip headshot.
Yo,
they got a new skateboard game out. It's called Sessions. I don't know if it's on it might be on console. I'm not really sure, but I know it's definitely on PC. But it's pretty dope. It's like a simulation skateboard game, if that makes sense. Like you gotta like be real precise with your tricks. It's not like one of those Tony Hawk joints where you like an arcade type where you could string like 50 tricks together.
Right.
You don't see people doing that in real life. That's not her thing.
Now, granted, it's I didn't know that, Wave, to be honest. And like you said, I know you said you're not sure if it's on console or not. We could look that up.
Sure.
But I think my biggest thing is like as much as I love Activision, right? I always give them their credit on this show. They are the original third-party manufacturer, right? They've been around forever. I think my biggest concern is like, it's Call of Duty. Like they have such good developers, and I know some have left. They have such good in-house team that like they can do multiple stuff. But it's like I get it. It's a cash cow. To some degree, I do get it. Game of Live said Jay was the only one disappointed. It wasn't just me, man. Damn, like
You was definitely one of the 12 though.
need a new Gears of War. I assume he's saying. So I'm okay with it. Okay.
Man, this computer definitely about to die. Might need to get it some batteries or something.
Oh,
Plug
he
it
said
in.
we're getting a new war this year. Okay. All right.
How you
Christian
blaming
said.
the iPhone?
Christian said, I'm waiting on the new skate. Tony Hawk 3 and 4 weren't all that to begin with. I get it. It's not 1 and 2. I completely get it. It's not 1 and 2. 1 and 2, especially 2, is legendary. Like out of here.
Right.
I completely get it. I get that.
I just looked up the sessions thing too.
Yep.
I see that is available on Xbox. I don't know about PlayStation. I really couldn't.
I'm gonna have to look it up in like the Xbox store. That I haven't seen it in the Xbox store, but to be honest, I haven't been in the store in a few weeks. So
yeah, it should be. Maybe I'll check it out in a few.
Christian played. He said, "Yeah, you got to be real good with the joysticks to play session. I have it on the PS5.
Oh, it is on PlayStation,
but it's more of a simulation than an actual game with challenges." Okay,
yeah.
So it's
not
probably
arcade style.
It's like more of an extreme version of Skate then, because Skate was more realistic as well compared to Tony Hawk, of course.
Yeah, but I seen people doing some crazy stuff on Skate. You ain't doing
that's
that
what I'm saying.
It's
like an extreme, extremely more simulation than Skate was.
Yeah,
but because going from Skate to Tony Hawk is wild, like in terms of how unrealistic it is.
Yeah, Tony Hawk's crazy. You be doing a manual for 3 hours, like on the handstand, like, bro, come on, B.
Yo, that's so true, bro. That's hilarious. All right, let's get to the next thing we talk about, man. Real quick, Wave. Ghost of Tsushima 2 may be revealed soon. Now I know, shout out to y'all, man. I know y'all biggest fans. I know my Cardinals send on this show. I always said I thought the game was a little overrated, to be real. I'm not saying it's bad. I just feel like the way everybody was talking about it when it dropped, and I played it, and I was like, this is the hype. Like, this is what we talk about. But I know I'm in a super minority with that. I remember I put that out on the page once, and they lit me up. Wait, they lit me up. They questioned if I even like video games. They questioned like if I was just a troll account. Everything, bro. I'll let you kick this one off, man. What's your thoughts on Ghost 2 possibly being revealed?
I mean, I got the same sentiments I had with GTA 6, you know, like it was the game of the year. Like that's so difficult to like make like replicate, you know, or make better than the first one. But honestly, like I feel like even if they kind of do sort of the same thing, but like just either focus on like a different part of that era or even do it in a different era, you know, I think it'll do well because the mechanics was really good, bro. The game was beautiful. You know, the story wasn't lacking. And the replayability is good. The multiplayer was even decent. I mean, I think they could have. I don't know how they could have made it better, but it was pretty decent. I had fun on multiplayer the first few years when that game dropped. I don't really know like how you make it better though. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't want to like try to think about it because even if they stay similar with it, I think it'll be fire. But I just hope they do the game well, do it justice.
Which I think is more than fair. You know what I mean? To hope that, to be honest. I think that's more than fair. I guess because I'm not the biggest fan of it, like I'll ask you, like, is there any way they could top 1? Because although again, I'm not the biggest fan of it, I know 1 was out of here, bro. Like it was literally like one of the most sought after games. So like it's like what like is there can it just be a good sequel or can it be better? Like the best one?
Yeah, they probably couldn't explore like, you know, different weapons.
Okay.
It was more katana based. I mean, they did that with the multiplayer though. You know, you could have like an arrow, you had different swords.
Right.
So maybe they, you know, just explore other weapons and then just work on it like that. I don't know if that would be like lore accurate because like samurais like really was katana heavy, right? So I don't know. I mean, that's the problem. That's where my fear lies, you know. Like how can they really make this better? They did so well in the first one. It's like, how really do they top it? It's like with GTA 5. I know I said that earlier, but I didn't really explain it. But I said this before, but we don't know who watching. But GTA 5 was really done well.
Yeah,
The multiplayer, that's why people still playing it now. The game was done really well. Like, how do they top that? How do they make that any better? How do they make the multiplayer any better? And I ain't really one of those people that's sticklers when it comes to games. So
right.
when it's really good, I have a hard time like figuring out like how they could do it better.
Like,
How?
I'm not making a comparison in the sense of like the style of game or nothing, but the way I feel about Ghost, where it's like it's not bad, but it's just like something that it's not really for me. It's the way a lot of people felt about Portal, right? Where I think Portal's out of here amazing, right?
Right.
I feel like people are like, there's some people who are like, everybody like it, is critically acclaimed, but it's just not. You know what I mean? It don't hit with them. Like, that's my version of Ghost. Like, I mean, that's their version of how I feel about Ghost. It's like I have nothing bad to say about it. So like I'm hyped. I'd even give a Ghost 2 a try. You know what I mean? Real talk. Like, I didn't complete the first one, so I might be lost. You know what I mean? In terms of still like, but
what would they have to do to make you even be a fan? Like, what could they have done better in the first one that they could do in the second one that would make you gravitate more to it? Like, what was it that you didn't think was that was overhyped? I guess.
You know what, Wave? Real talk. I think honestly, I don't know, man. Like I'm trying to think. Like, it might just be an example of like I picked up on the second one, played it from that story on, and it was cool with it. Because like I didn't have a problem with like quote unquote the story or anything like that. I don't even have a problem with the setting. Like I'm a history guy, so I like that time period and stuff like that. It's different from most stuff we see in terms of games out there. I really have nothing bad to say about it. Like, and maybe like I will play it because I do like the Dual Sense better than I like the Dual Shock like on the PS4 because I've played on the PS4 Pro, which I'm not even the biggest fan of like that Pro console. It might just be simple as that, like being able to play it on the Dual Sense. I never played it on the PS5. I know it's available on the PS5. Maybe I might have liked it then, to be honest. This is one of those games that I will try. This one is odd. I mean, it's one of those games that I know for a fact that people love. Some say it's the best game on the PS4.
Don't agree with that, but I like it.
I don't know. I know the chat is probably lighting me up, so let's see what the chat is saying. Let's see. Game Alive looks check. Your biggest problem is you pay for Battlefield 2020.
He might have a point. I ain't gonna lie.
And now you're angry at all war games. Nah, I'm not, bro.
I might have a good point.
Chris, that's funny too, because I did hate Modern Warfare 3 this last one. So like,
yeah, he might have a great point.
Chris is saying, yeah, you got to be real good. Oh, okay, hold on. For some reason, that popped up twice. Hold on. He said, hey, you guys talking about Tony Hawk 3 or 4 being horrible. Y'all hurting Jay's feelings. I can't allow that no matter how piss poor those games were. Just said in terms of Ghost 2, got big shoes to fill. Most said, I'm surprised. Yeah, that is true. Like, it can't fall off. It could be just as good. I think it's a challenge to be better than, but it can't just fall off. Most said, I'm surprised it took this long. That's an instant day one purchase. Same thing for you, Wave?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they did to make the multiplayer better, man. I'm sure they'll do the game well. But I'm curious to see if they even continue with the multiplayer, and if they do, like how they make it better.
By the way, they didn't actually say when it's going to be revealed. Obviously, the speculation is June because Sony will have a state of play, as they always do around the Summer's Games Fest and stuff like that. Might even be at the official Summer Game Fest, so we'll see.
Might drop a couple months after GTA 6.
Nah, don't do that. Most of the Mongols did try to invade a few years later, so they definitely have more history to pull from.
Yeah, that's when Mulan hit them with the bazooka.
Chris said, curious to know, did you play it on cinematic mode? I felt that brought some cool elements to it. I did not.
Yeah, that joint was dope. Yeah, you probably got to go back and do it like that.
Okay.
It's like a movie.
That might be it, Wave.
Yeah, you got to play.
That's a good example. That is a good example. Most said, keep in mind that Jay's.
Yo, that was the worst purchase.
Oh man! All right, yo! Shout out to Christian Castro with the idea, man. Wave, we got some breaking news, man. We got some breaking news. You ready, Wave?
Yeah, you gonna
Got,
put the sound? Hey, no, how you did that so fast?
that's breaking news, man. Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Shout out to BET World Premiere. Like,
Dropping bombs on them.
Yo, Nintendo said they will announce the Switch's successor, including the name, the details, and stuff, by March 31st, 2025. Wave. I'm gonna let you go, man, because I got some words for Nintendo on this, because I think it's low-key some bullshit.
Didn't they just drop the OLED?
No, that was, well, I mean, if you, in case 2 years ago now, 3 years ago?
Yeah, right. So, like, why are they dropping again so quick? That'd be in like what, 3 years, 4 years?
I think so. I think this is supposed to be official, like new, what the GameCube was to the 64, right? What the Wii was to the GameCube. I think that's what this is, where the OLED was kind of their Pro, right? That was kind of like their PS4 Pro, PS5 Pro. Nintendo playing games, and they usually don't. They usually keep stuff to the cuff, but I'm starting to think they leaked out some of this information that we covered. I think they did that. Just how people say Drake leaked his diss track out, like you know what I mean?
They're leaking information.
Yeah, I think Nintendo leaked out that info on like what hardware, like what the hardware capabilities could be and stuff. I know dev kits are getting passed around. That's normal. I think Nintendo leaked this out, bro, because remember we was covering, they were saying like, oh, we could see the console this summer. I always said holiday this year, but now we're talking about it not being announced until by the fiscal year. It'll be announced by the end of the fiscal year, which is March 31st, 2025, man. My biggest thoughts on this is like, now they're at, maybe unknowingly, they're putting pressure on themselves. I now am on your side because you said this, and I'm gonna give you credit. You said if the Switch keeps selling, because remember they're trying to hawk down the PS2. If the Switch keeps selling, they're gonna push it back to give the Switch enough time to possibly catch the PS2. And I do think that's what's at play here. But I also think they leaked that that info out on purpose. I'm not feeling this, man, because I think right now with the Switch, and I know Princess Peach Showtime sold well, especially for the niche that it is. I know Paper Mario, even though it's a remake, is selling well. They're always going to sell well with their core games, but I feel like you should have at least known what the Switch with the successor is by at least this summer, because they got a direct, and they was very forthright saying, don't expect nothing at this direct in June. We only talking about what's coming out the second half of this year. And with a console looming next year, I would say at least next year, I really don't care now about what's coming out the second half of this year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like now we're watching this, like we want to know what's this new, and we're not going to get it from that direct. They might as well just not shown it at the direct and then said something afterwards. I think it's a bad strategy. I could be wrong, man, but
I'm just gonna say they don't call it the Super Nintendo Switch.
Okay,
that's the L.
That's the L. Okay,
that's the L. And what could it really like? See, this gaming got so good, like consoles putting themselves in a predicament. Like, how much better can you make it? Like, the Switch would have to be the successor, I guess, would have to be like in 8K or something like that, which they probably already say they're able to do, right? But like, how can you make this much better? You already could, like, it's a hybrid console already. What can you do to make it better outside of the games you put on it? Like, make a whole different console. Make a whole different console.
Like, I don't, with Nintendo style of games, I don't need it to match Series X or the PS5, right? It gotta be maybe just a step under the Series S. Like what I'm saying is it got to be able to play some third party games well, because now it's like if I remember WWE 2K18, I think it was, came to the Switch, universally mocked. I think IGN had it. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but they had it ranked the worst game of 2018. You
And then
get what I'm
Mortal
saying?
Kombat 1 dropped a
Mortal
couple
Kombat
years
1 drop.
and
We
did the
covered it on the
same
show.
thing.
Horrible, bro. Horrible. Call of Duty is supposed to come to the Switch. I assume now the new one, right? So it got to be able to play it well, because they're talking about being able to play that online with the rest of the world. PC, PS.
Like shit, dog.
Right. So I'm like, yo, it got to have at least the capabilities of Series S. Series S plays fine with anything offered. It got to be at least what? So what is that? 1440. It's not even full 4K, but 1440. You got to be able to do that handheld, or you know what I mean. The frame rates got to match. They got to do something with the online service. Got to.
Do you think they would be able to do that and keep the Switch Super? I'm calling it the Super Nintendo Switch, and keep the Super Nintendo Switch like in the same size? You know what I mean? Like, would that be possible? Is that really the issue? Because it's a small thing.
The only thing I've heard on that, some people are saying they want it to be virtually on like a 10-inch tablet, which I think now the OLED I think was like 8 or 9. So we're not talking about much of a much bigger screen, but they're saying that can help with the graphical capabilities. To answer your question, I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. I know it's not the easiest thing to jam pack that in, but people are saying you got stuff like the Steam Deck, you got stuff like the Lenovo Legion. You know what I mean? So it's like they kind of have no excuse. You know what I mean? It's like I understand the Mario games are going to look a certain way, and you kind of get around the limitations with color and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, bro, it's like
Mortal Kombat 1 shouldn't look like utter trash.
Right. It can't be what the Switch OLED was. It can't just be like, I could probably get it away with playing the new Mario Kart on the regular Switch. It got to be like, I need this game. I need this new console. I'm off my soapbox now. Like, let's get to the chat. Christian said, definitely give it a go. Very cool scenes and imagery talking about Session. All right, cool. Oh, he's talking about Ghost. Okay.
Yeah, in cinematic mode. Yeah,
cinematic mode.
Sure check that out.
Christian said, yes, queued up. Word. Shout out to Smash, man. Game Alive said he put a tape recorder outside and heard a recent police check that like they're breaking this.
He must be a prophet if he had that on tuck.
Right. Christian said, new Nintendo coming out before a new GTA. You heard it here first.
Yo, that's insane if that happened, bro. That's really insane.
That's funny to think about because he's right. Like, GTA drop, Xbox One drop, PS4 drop, the Switch drops.
The Switch again dropped. The Switch Lite. The Switch
Lite drops. The PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, the PS5, the Xbox Series X, Series S, the Switch OLED, and now
Switch
a new Nintendo. Yeah, right.
They out here. They treating this GTA like Meek Mill and they Drake. They just dropping shit back to back. They not even giving them a
word,
time.
Man. That's crazy. Most say if it ain't major graphical upgrade, and I'm talking to current gen standards, they can keep it. What's your thoughts on that, Wave?
I agree. What the fuck? Like, bro, the OLED was not a major upgrade like they said it was. It was okay. It was okay. It was brighter.
Right.
You know, that's the only thing that they kept their word on. So I agree. If it's not something where we like Steam Deck, I may have access to some technology they don't. They need to go holler at them or something. Like, you know, make a deal. Like, they act like they can't do that. They got so much assets. They could do something. They can make something shake.
I mean, see, I think the problem is they're too successful at what they do, right? They're too good at their own game, right? Um, Zelda, Mario, Pokemon games, Animal Crossing, they can rock those games out easy. You know what I mean? Easy.
Right.
Like, and they're so good at them. They're going to sell. They're going to win a game of the year. They're going to do all this well that it's like sometimes they feel like they don't have to play in that space. But the way they do it is they make it seem like they're above it, right? Nintendo's
Right.
about having fun. That's what they always say, right? It's about fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but there's so much third. Like, for example, it took us 3 years to be able to use Bluetooth headphones with the Switch. That's what I'm talking about. Like, no more of that. Like, stuff like that. We need
Right.
stuff out the gate. You know what I mean? It's 2025 when this drops, apparently. Maybe even 2026. Who knows? Like, it's
Yeah.
out the gate. Like, we need this. You got to have party chat at least. You know what I mean? Being able to, the online capabilities got to be fire. The new Switch Online expansion pack, that got to be fresh. That got to have something. The Dreamcast, GameCube, something, bro. The Saturn, at least something.
Jay, hold on real quick, because I just remembered something while you was going on your rant. So sorry.
Go ahead.
But it got like, I want to reply to what you were saying, because I remember the same rant from you when they reported the OLED was dropping. You said the same thing, right? And they didn't do it.
You're right.
You said it got to come with party chat immediately. That was one of your biggest points.
You're right.
That they had to have party chat on the release, and we still waiting. Do you really have that much faith in Nintendo to make that happen at this point in the game?
Nintendo themselves, and that's a great question, a great point too. Nintendo themselves, no, but my one saving grace that I'm hoping, because I have nothing but hope at this point. Like, it's not like, oh, I think this is what they're gonna do. They have that 10-year deal that they signed with Xbox, right? And Phil Spencer was on the record saying like he's willing to let them utilize Xbox Lives, like their, well, now it's all part of Game Pass, but their online function.
Yeah.
Just use it. Just use it.
I want to meet Phil. He seemed like a great guy.
He seemed cool. I know PlayStation fans don't like him. They think he's ruining gaming, right? Because he's not sticking to the console and stuff like that. But like, bro, like, I think if you don't want to do it, or you don't want to, or it has to, the problem in Nintendo is if you listen to their presidents and stuff talk, they'll say it has to have the Nintendo seal of approval, quality control. And it's like, bro, you can't hold functions back that we've had since 2005 just because you haven't found out your masterful way to do it. Like, I don't know, man. Game of Live said Nintendo dropped 30 consoles since 2013 and we still haven't had a new GTA. Man.
Right. That's a fact, bro. That's
crazy.
How I feel.
Christian said, don't worry, they'll drop 30 more before the new GTA.
We'll be on a Switch reality.
Right. On a positive note, I did hear a rumor that, like, similar to what they did with the 64 and the GameCube, that the Switch may come in different colors. I thought that was cool. I thought that could be cool. I know the Joy-Cons, like, I'm off the fact of like the soapbox down, the negative. I'm just talking about some of the positive, like, stuff that I heard, because I thought that was cool with the 64 and the GameCube, the multiple colors. Like, I'm still trying to get my hands on that orange 64, but people wanting like 50,000 for it. Like, real talk. Like, I'm like, nah, chill. But
allow me to take over the negative. Fuck all of that. We don't care about none of that, bro. We want the graphics. We want the game chat. We don't give a damn if it coming purple, orange, green, blue, yellow. If it ain't doing what we wanted to, if it's the same shit with even more brighter, throw that shit in the trash.
Right.
I'm with Mo all the way on that. If it don't look better, we don't want it. We got to stop letting them get away with this.
Christian said Roblox online service better than Nintendo's right now. Yeah, like, bro, like, remember when we played Smash Ultimate? We had to like utilize that Nintendo app, and we just ended up hopping on like a big group call because it was like it's easier. It's much
talking
easier.
Shit in Facebook live chats,
right?
Calls and stuff.
It's sad, man. Because like I said, the party chat been around since what? 04, 05? Like,
minute.
Anyway, bro, let's get to the spin wheel, man. You ready, Wave?
Yes, sir.
I'm done talking about that. like, I saw that, bro. I thought it said like, oh, it's gonna get it announced like next week or something, or like in June or whatever, the next Nintendo Direct. I saw that, bro. I was like, yo, man.
Shit said psych. Gotcha.
Real talk, real talk. All right, yo, we about to jump to the spin wheel, man. Appreciate all the love and support as always. Let's get to it.
Word love.
Should I be worried about Nah. We had that one already. We had that one already about the kids and stuff like that.
Oh, it was worded differently.
Yeah. What is your favorite video game series from your childhood? For me, it comes down to Sonic. I'm talking about the original ones on the Genesis. Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles, or Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, 3. I'm probably going Sonic, especially because of Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic 2 is just a given. Sonic 1, I've never been too high on. Like, I'm not mad at it. Obviously, it's the OG, but like Sonic 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles are like three distinctive games that like will live with me forever. Like I hunted down the box for all of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just off nostalgia. So that got to be my favorite series. The original Sonic games.
I want to say Mario, but I'm kind of almost agreeing with you. I think we had a little more fun. Nah, I gotta say Mario, man. I'm not gonna front like the original Mario 2, 3.
I'm not mad at that.
I can't front. I gotta say Mario, man. It's just too many memories. Mario, Luigi, the raccoon suit. This is Mario. I gotta say Mario, man.
Bro, I heard somebody say, like, it was a YouTube video. A dude was like, he tried to make a case as to why Streets of Rage 2 is the best video game of all time, right? And of course, people in the comments was flaming them, right? And like,
clickbait.
He was cooking though, bro. Like the points he was making, like the best of all time is a stretch, but like he was making it in a way to like they pulling on nostalgia strings. I think that was a trick, right? Playing the music in the background, talking about each character. I thought that was slick the way he did it, but like that's the thing though. Like nostalgia is a powerful thing. You know what I mean? I guess that's what I'm getting at when it comes to this.
It's not that powerful to make me think that's true.
That game fire though. That game fire.
It is, but not the best game ever.
Let's get to the chat. Christian Castro said Pokemon. Obviously, that
was one too.
Heavy hitter. Just said as a young kid, probably Sonic or Crash Bandicoot.
I was not good with Crash Bandicoot, bro. I hated that game. Nah, I could not do it. I had to get older.
Leo, like when they dropped the Insane trilogy, which basically the remakes of the first three games. I remember when I bought that on Black Friday, like the year it dropped, and I remember I was just being hype about it. You know what I mean? Like again, that nostalgia kick. Most said, gotta be Mortal Kombat. Owned every game. Close second is Pokemon. Mortal Kombat's a good one too, man. Like, because like I said, I think I talked about MK1 on this show for like 6 weeks straight. Like, I couldn't stop mentioning it. Yeah, that's a good one. Gamer Live looks at Alex Kidd. He talked about that last week. That last week on the show, man.
I gotta play that. I think don't they got that on a Switch, Alex Kidd?
On the expansion pack? Yeah.
Okay, I'm not bugging. Yeah, I gotta give that a go.
Absolutely. It's not a series, but I will say though, Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol, the second one, that's a good one too, man.
Ghoul Patrol is classic.
Ghoul Patrol's underrated. I'm saying that like officially. Like Zombies Ate My Neighbors classic is out of here. Ghoul Patrol is not bad though. Just said, contrary to popular belief, I didn't get into Mario games like that until I was a bit older. Okay. Most said, as your regional Japan resident, gotta correct y'all. It's not a raccoon. It's a tanuki. It's like a cross between a raccoon and a dog.
Oh, we ain't got those, so it's a raccoon. I've never seen a tanuki in my life. I don't even know what that looked like. Obviously, a raccoon, motherfucker.
Let's get to the next one, yo.
I'm sorry.
What are some underrated video games that you think more people should know about? This is a good one, Wave. We always talk about games on here that were like underrated. One I will say though, Wave, a real talk that I never heard much people talk about, and we just mentioned it. Zombies Ate My Neighbor.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Like,
one, but that's cheating. I ain't gonna choose yours.
like that's one that I and they re-released it for what was that? Was that just Switch or was that Xbox? No, Xbox 2 and PlayStation. I think it was all three. Remember, they re-released it. I could be wrong in that, but I'm almost positive. But Zombies Ate My Neighbors is definitely one. Like that game still hold up. It's still fun.
Sorry, that was me turning on the Xbox to see if it's in the store.
I got you. That is one that I'm picking. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. You got one?
No, actually, that's a really good one. I ain't gonna front. Dang, that nobody know about. I don't know. I'm more like when it comes to the game, it's kind of like a hype beast. You know,
Okay.
I gotta kind of see the games to really know that people really don't know about. I can't think of at the top of my head a game that people don't really know about. That maybe Ark. I don't hear a lot of people talking about Ark. I know that got like a huge following on YouTube, but I think I don't hear too many people around me talk about Ark. And I
That's
think
a good one.
that's a really good like survival crafter game. Is like full of, if you like dinosaurs, you're a dinosaur person. Even if you're not a dinosaur person, that game is dope. And it's really more fun if you play with your friends, man, because like a lot of unexpected things happen. Like I remember me and my homies, we like was, you know, we went on a I don't want to say a raid, but we went getting supplies and stuff, and we was on a boat, and we was like driving back to our base, and a T-Rex literally was swimming after us, and it caught us and destroyed everything in the middle of the night. It was pitch black. I had fell off the boat, turned around, and you just see this huge thing like swimming after you. So like I think you can make some really great memories in that game, and I think more people should try it.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, real quick. To Ark. Ark Survival is the second one, right? Or am I wrong? Or is that the first one?
I'm not really sure. Like okay. I kind of fell into Ark on accident.
Okay.
So I don't really know. Like
I'm just curious
if it was if it had more than one game or not. It could be an add-on for, you know.
I'll look it up. Let's see. Mo said it looks like a small dog with a raccoon tail. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I can't even picture that.
Christian said Tanuki is my street name. Like learn something new every day, bruh. Game Alive Look said Duke Nukem. That I feel like people fell off that series. So I'm curious, like I can see that, especially a lot of the youngins, you know what I mean, who I think I actually would like it, to be honest. Especially with the Duke Nukem Forever, how that flopped. But I think like going back and playing the OG ones, yeah. Most said I mentioned it earlier, but 99 Nights, I completely agree with them. 99 Nights on a 360 wave. I think you would enjoy that. I don't know about at the time, because I know like you said at the time, sports games was like really running it. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
But I think now going back, I think you'd like it. He said Dynasty Warriors type game.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Let me actually put that in my notes.
Christian said new games can't think of much underrated, but if we're going back to PlayStation games, I'm picking Chrono Cross and Legend of the Dragoon. Yo, Chrono Cross is the good one. Everybody talk about Chrono Trigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chrono Cross, and we covered that one. That's one that
was going on about that.
They talk down on because it's Chrono Trigger is like the most, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like I think so. I definitely agree with that. He also said fighting game that's underrated, I think, would be Bloody Roar. Never heard of that one, to be honest.
I like Bloody Roar. I think it was an Xbox kind of staple, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I like Bloody Roar. I think it was good. It reminded me kind of like Killer Instinct.
Okay.
Like give me like Killer Instinct vibes.
So the next chat we got is from Byron Hurd. Okay, he said Callisto Protocol. I've been waiting to play that game. That's on Game Pass. At least it was. Callisto Protocol. I think that dropped in 2022. We talked about it when it was coming out. We never got around to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's definitely one I want to go back and play. But that's cool though, because like I definitely was talking about that game. I need to circle back to it. Let's get to the next shot, Wave.
While the wheel was spinning, Zombies Ate My Neighbor is on Xbox and Google Patrol.
Say, go play it, y'all.
$14.99.
Top 3 Call of Duty games, Wave. Rapid fire. What you got?
In no order, Modern Warfare 2, since it's rapid fire. Black Ops 2. And for me, I would say Modern Warfare, the last one that came out with
2019.
Yeah, with Warzone. When Warzone first dropped.
I'm not mad at that. I'm going Modern Warfare 2. I'm going Black Ops 2, and believe it or not, I'm going Modern Warfare, the 2007 one. I thought that one. I know we had this argument before, but I put it up there with Modern Warfare 2. Like everybody think the game got better. That original story mode, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still think that's the best campaign they ever done. So those are my 3. Let's see what the
I don't know if I could argue that. Well, all around game, I don't think so.
Byron Hurry say he's rolling with Black Ops 2, 3, and Cold War.
Cold War was pretty good. I think that's an underrated Call of Duty. People don't talk about Cold War enough, and they did an excellent job with the zombies too.
I think Modern Warfare was just so like it hit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It hit. I think people when it went back to Black Ops, it was just like, but it was good. The campaign on that was great too. Mo said Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, your Modern Warfare 3, the 2011 one, of course, I'm talking about. I love that campaign mode too when they started in Manhattan in the harbor. Yeah. I thought that one was great too. Gamer Live Look said Modern Warfare 2, Ghost, and Black Ops 3. I wasn't a big fan of Ghost. Wave, what's your thoughts on Ghost?
I actually kind of enjoyed Ghost. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't that bad. I liked it.
RD Lucas said Black Ops 1, 2, and COD 4. It was good, bro. It was good. Black Ops 1 was good too. I know Black Ops 2 was the one that was out of here. Like I know that was the one that was everywhere, bro.
They need to bring the Black Ops back. I think that was. I ain't gonna say. Yeah, I think that. I ain't gonna say the best series, but it meshed well with Modern Warfare, like the back-to-backs. That was dope.
It did. You know what one that gets left out is World at War, because that technically came out after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Christian said, agree with Cold War. Yeah, like it definitely was. It was good, man. Like people, I just think Modern Warfare just kind of at that point was taking off. You know what I mean? Like that's all they wanted. I think that's why they started to drop them back to back. Game Reliable said Ghost had one of the best campaigns in that series. I'm gonna have to go back and play. I still have the original disc for it. I'm gonna go back and play it. Like the graphics, Call of Duty, they've always been good with the visuals. So even going back and playing it now, I'm sure it's not gonna be like bad looking, nothing. They never are, man. That's a game that's visually good.
Yeah, they do a good job making you feel like you in whatever scene that they want you to feel like you in.
And like if you got surround sound or like you got the modern day headphones, I think it's called the Pulse or whatever on PlayStation, or the Elite joints on Xbox. Like that should make you feel like you in wartime, bro. Like
yeah, it's just crazy.
Word. Let's get to the next one. Appreciate the love and support on this Tuesday night.
Word.
What console had your favorite controller? I know people don't agree with me no more. I think the 360 controller is goated, so much so. I think it's Hyperkin is the company. They're making it might be out already, but they're making the official, not official, but Xbox is licensing them to make the 360 controller for the Series X, and I'm buying it. And once I buy it, that's a controller I'm using from here on out. Like that 360 controller, just the way it was shaped, I thought it was perfect, bro. Like when I first picked up the Xbox One controller, I was like, it's cool. The buttons are the same, right? But I'm like, and I actually like the triggers better on the Xbox One controller in the Series X, but this 360 one is just goated, bro. Like that's my favorite controller of all. To be honest, it's like between 1 and 2, and two, to be honest, would be the Super Nintendo, but it's not even close in terms of like 1 and 2. I think it's goated.
I ain't gonna do that. I guess mine, because we had this conversation a couple weeks ago with the line of controllers. I forget when it was, probably longer than a couple weeks. But anyway, mine's is Xbox One. I think they added on to the 360. They put like a grip on it, and that made it more comfortable. And they made it. I think they made it a little closer, but it still like fits your hand when you got bigger hands. So that, I would say that's my choice. If they re-release that, I would be cool with it.
Right.
They should have never deviated from that design.
Yeah, man. Like it's just, I don't know, man. It's just goated to me, but I feel you on that. I'm not mad at that one either. Christian said, hold on. Let's see. Jess said 360. Game Live said the Dreamcast easy. My only problem. Go ahead.
You're probably gonna say the same thing I'm about to say. So
my only problem with the Dreamcast is the wire coming from the bottom of the controller versus the top of the controller. I never understood that, bro. It don't make no damn sense.
Same complaint I got.
Like so much so that even my daughter, who's 6, like when she first held the Dreamcast controller, she turned it upside down because she swore that, you know what I mean, like the wire would come from the top. Like Mo said, so Mo's first is actually my third. He said the GameCube controller. He said I still use it for Super Smash Brothers, as do I.
I do not like that controller.
You don't like it? Is it the button layout or like the okay?
It's the button layout. It's just
it's the gigantic A button, like
it's just weird.
Yeah, I love the GameCube controller though. RD Lucas said the PS5 controller. Yo, the DualSense is fire, bro.
Yeah, they stepped it up big time with the PS5 controller. They did a good job with that one.
That's probably the biggest upgrade, like in terms of, you know what I mean? Because like I'm on the record now. I never was the biggest fan of the PlayStation controllers, but I am a fan of the DualSense. Like the PS5 controllers is really good.
Right.
Game 11 said that's because the VMA card slot on it. I get it, bro. I understand.
It's just that shit on the bottom or on the console. It didn't need to be
something, bro. Like, or maybe like attach it to like the back, but the top of it, something, bro. Something like I just wasn't a fan of it. I get why though, but it's like nah, it's weird. All right, wait, one more, then we'll get out of here. All right.
Yes, sir. That controller was so big they could have put that joint on anywhere, on the front, on the side of the motherfucker. They could have put it anywhere.
I think the only controller that was bigger was the original Xbox controller when it first dropped, before they dropped the smaller version.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We got, how can Call of Duty's games get better? I guess how fitting, right? like my biggest thing, I guess to start, my biggest problem with Call of Duty, man, is I just don't think we need yearly releases and anymore. And I think just that one simple fix, man, if they drop it every 2 years or as needed, right? Because let's be honest, when Modern Warfare dropped, that could have held it down probably until maybe last year.
Right.
Because Warzone ended up dropping like 4 months later. It's supposed to be at launch, but it dropped like four months later. That would have held it down, bro. Like I could still go back and play that game now. Like that would have held it down. We didn't need to get the Warfare 2 yet. We definitely didn't need Warfare 3 yet. But I think that would allow them to do different things. Like going back to the topic, if you want to do more stuff with them, stretch the table out. You know what I mean? So that way
Right.
they can add whatever they want to add and have time to test it and stuff. Because I always get on this game on the show, but when Vanguard dropped, bro, I knew I was like, bro, it's going back in the wrong direction. Because
Right.
they marched that game out so quick. We didn't even hear about it until August that year. And the game drops in November. That's crazy.
That's
And it was so buggy. And I was like, bro, they're going in the wrong direction. Now they're back to just trying to rush these games out the door. And that's what they do. They'll make a good one, they'll make a decent one, and then they'll just start turning them out quick. And then the fans complain, and then they'll make a good one, and they'll make it
right.
like I think if they just cut out the Vanguard, cut out the Warfare 2, even though I did like that one, it was like just I think that alone would fix it. I really do. What's yours?
I mean, I guess I went on my spill about this earlier, but if I want to make it like something short and sweet, I guess, like you say, I agree with that. Just spread it out and just wholeheartedly do something different, bro.
Right.
Like I I get it, y'all a shooter, but like there's other weapons you could utilize. Like try to go into a different direction. Like there's wars way before. Like I'll run around with a tomahawk and jump and smash somebody in the head. Like and you know that there's some people that would actually appreciate those kind of games because they use the melee weapons only on Call of Duty. They just
Absolutely.
made a monkey fist to go run around punching people. So
Right.
you can do something similar with other weapons. You can have spears, you can have bows and arrows, you can have swords, you can have knives. I know will have to switch up their mechanics a little bit, but probably not even because they, I mean, I don't know, but they just gotta figure out a different way to attack these war games. There's plenty of other wars, plenty of other weapons. It don't always have to be a shooter. And I think that'd make it better. At least that would make us appreciate the shooters a lot more.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, because I'm at the point where like I didn't buy Warfare 3. I literally like what ended up happening. My brother bought the game. My younger brother bought the game. I ended up just playing it over like at his spot, like at my dad's crib, playing it and like okay, same old. You know what I mean? It's like because like remember the rumor was it was supposed to be DLC.
Right.
And like they turned it into a whole game because this was supposed to be a year. Last year was supposed to be a year they took off. We'll see what happens. But let's get to the chat. Gamer Live Look said we wouldn't have Xbox control layouts if it wasn't for the Dreamcast vision. That is true. Microsoft is on the record, so I agree with you. I agree with that part. It's just that Corey got to go all the time.
I will say this though. This is why some people have better visions than other. I'll just leave it like that.
Christian said how to make COD better to stop making them.
Yeah, that'll be the first start.
Mo said spread them out. Don't need them every year and stay away from World War II.
Bro got an issue with World War II. He tired of that shit.
Call of Duty Samurai, right? Like
that might be fire though.
It could be, bro. I can't.
For Honor is fire, and you don't shoot nobody. You running around with your sword, spear,
right?
Fucking club, whatever the fuck, and it's fire. It's fun.
Every 2 years would create the demand and better player base.
I agree
with that. Because I think people will still be playing. Nothing was wrong with Warfare 2. People was enjoying that game. And they stopped playing it because they felt like, well, Warfare 3 is going to be out. So,
right.
You know what I mean? And then they didn't like it. And usually you have some who go back, don't get me wrong, but most don't go back. So I agree with that. Christian said, stop making COD and make a new Turok game. I would like to see Turok with the modern technology we have now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be
partially because I'm just a dinosaur fan. Like I was like, you know what I mean? But like also I think that fits more now than back then. To be honest, I think it's one of those games like because like you said, you saw what they did with Ark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a gorgeous game. So I think they could make stuff happen with a new Turok. But all right, yo, we're gonna end it there, man. Appreciate the love and support as always. Yo, Wave, an hour and 30 minutes, officially the longest show we've ever done. So I think we broke the record from 2 weeks ago now. Like I went 30, man. But yo, appreciate y'all in the chat. Gamer Live Look, Christian, RD Lucas, Mo, of course, Jess, Byron, Mac. Appreciate y'all, man. Please share the show, hit the share button, share it with your friends. I'm sure they're gonna be like, who the fuck are those two? But like explain it, man. We cool, man. But appreciate y'all as always, man. Wave, take it away.
Yo, like you said, we appreciate you guys, the likers, the lurkers, the sharers, anybody that just even like a picture or post on Facebook or follow on Instagram. We are the same name wherever on social media, so it's not hard to find us.
Absolutely.
Obviously we enjoy doing this. That's why we've been doing a little bit longer shows, and a Tuesday night is an odd time, but you guys been coming out and enjoying the show, enjoying this with us, enjoying games. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.
No doubt, no doubt. Peace out.